Hello again, welcome back. It's good to have you back. Yes, I'm pleased to see you. Yes, I'm really glad to see you. I'm glad to see that you're following me on a daily basis. I'm glad to see that you're following this program regularly on a daily basis because perseverance is one of the key elements in success in life and in success in learning English. So persevere, perseveramos. Yes, perseveremos los dos. Let's both persevere. Yeah, persevere. Yeah. Be persistent. Voy a aprender este idioma. All right. Learn to speak up, page 148. Yeah, 148. Are you ready? Espero que no me hayas estado esperando. Espero que no me hayas estado. I hope you haven't been waiting for me. I hope you haven't been waiting for me. Yesterday I had lunch with a lady whom I have known for a long time. And as usual, I was on time. I'm always on time. I'm never late. I am Mr. Punctuality. Punctuality, punctuality, punctual. She arrived 25 minutes late. Será posible? Yeah. But luckily, I had my trusty telephone with battery, with a good battery. And they brought me wine and some potato chips, or a beer. I had a beer. So I killed 25 minutes. I think 6 months of my life I have lost in Spain waiting for people in restaurants because I always arrive on time. But I would say of all the lunches or dinners I have had, or get-togethers for coffee, un café por la tarde, or por la mañana, where I meet a person in a place, I would say 90%, I don't think I'm exaggerating, 90% of the times I have needed to wait. 90%. Usually 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes, sometimes 10, sometimes 15. Once 45, I remember. And so it's just punctuality is something that here Spanish people have trouble achieving. Lograr la puntualidad. They have trouble achieving. And I don't understand why. It's so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world to be punctual. You simply leave your previous location on time. And you calculate, Also, it's a question of courtesy, you see. Punctuality is a question of courtesy. But what's interesting yesterday, when I got to the restaurant, a very attractive maitre d', la maitre, she was a knockout. Knockout is un cow. That was a She was a knockout. And she says, Señor Vaughan, yeah. Because I didn't make the reservation. The reservation was in the lady's name. She was the instigator. She invited me. I didn't invite her. Okay. But of course, I showed up at 2 o'clock sharp. Really, I showed up at 1:59. I walked into the restaurant at 1:59, and there was a very beautiful maitre d', head waitress, maitre d', and she said, Señor Vaughan, apparently maybe she recognized me, said, the other person is going to be late. And she called and said, please take care of Mr. Vaughan, make sure everything. And they took me to everything, I was the center of attention for about 5 minutes and everything. So that's the only consolation. All right. Me mimaron durante, okay, in 25 minutes. Y el sumiller, the sumiller came out, talking about wines and things. So agasajado un poquito, waiting, but nevertheless, 25 minutes. 25 minutes. All right. I hope you're not watching. Huh? Yes. Should I say her name on the air? No, I shouldn't say her name. All right, but it starts with the letter Y. How many female names start with the letter Y? Not many, but in any case. So, let's continue. Where were we? Espero que no me sale decirlo en castellano. Espero que no me hayas estado esperando. I hope you haven't been waiting for me. I hope you haven't. I hope you haven't been waiting for me. All right. Esperábamos que el paquete, es un paquete postal. Okay. Esperábamos que llegara ayer. We expected it to arrive yesterday. We expected it, or we were expecting. We were expecting it to arrive yesterday. We expected it to arrive. The pencil, the famous blue pencil I've ordered from the pencil company. Finally, I expected it to arrive last week. Yeah. Now it's too late. And besides, somebody broke the point. I expected it to arrive. Yo esperaba que llegara ayer. I expected it to arrive yesterday. Ahora tenemos más remedio que esperar. Now we have no choice but to wait. Yeah, but to wait. Yeah. You know, the light tank, we have a problem with that light there. And the other day, you know, the technician to repair the light was late, as usual late. And Marta and I were here sitting, killing time, telling jokes. She was showing me pictures of her son, Victor. And we were killing time because he was late. And I said, pues Marta, no tenemos más remedio que esperar. No podemos empezar. Por la luz no funciona. We have no choice but to wait. We have no choice but. O sea, tenemos ninguna elección. No tenemos ninguna elección, salvo, but, sino esperar. But to wait. We have no choice but to wait. No me esperes. No. See, don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. I'll catch up. Don't wait for me. I'll catch up. No me esperéis, os alcanzaré después. I'll catch up with you. Si quieres añadir a vosotros. I'll catch up with you. Nunca sabemos qué esperar. Yeah. We never know what to expect. By the way, Marta, when was the first program we did in this studio? 621? What was the first program we did in this studio? Was it 621? Okay, fine. I haven't seen 621 yet personally, but I've seen 620. So I'm going to, later this afternoon, if I have time, I will watch the two. Class 620 and class 621 to compare the difference. Have you seen the difference? Is it better here or the same? Basically the same. You can hear better. Hello. All right. So I'm going to check later this afternoon. If there's a big difference, I'll tell you. And you can go to RTV a la carta and you can compare. Si vas a Vaughan, RTV a la carta, boom. You have 625 programs. So you can go back to the beginning, but you can also go to 620 and 621 to try to tell the difference. See if you can tell the difference. It's a different studio. See if you can tell the difference. In the illumination, the lighting, the sound, maybe the background, maybe the table, something, maybe me. Maybe I'm different. Because in program 621, I was 1 day older than when I did 620. Maybe you can notice it. Está envejeciendo. By 1 day, you can't tell from 1 day to the next. except in one case. There was one case, yes. Yeah. But it wasn't a question of one day. It was a question of 7 days, 1 week. There was a man, a university professor, who went to the same restaurant every Tuesday. About 1 kilometer, he drove into a hamburger restaurant to have hamburgers. But every Tuesday he went to the same restaurant. And Charlie, the owner, for 5 years, and Charlie was about 50 years old. All right, Charlie was the owner of the restaurant. And of course, the university professor always had a chat or a conversation with Charlie. 1 week he went, and Charlie looked 85 years old, and he looked close to death after 1 week. And the professor was surprised. He said, "My God, Charlie, what's the matter? Are you okay? Gosh, you look, I hardly recognize you. I can hardly recognize you." And Charlie said, "Well, I have advanced cancer, and perhaps only 1 or 2 more months." And he says, "What? Advanced cancer? But last week you were perfect. Last week you were fine." And Charlie said, "Let me tell you a secret. In the back of my restaurant, there's a spot, a place on the floor, una loseta. If you step on it, it takes you back to 1957. It's a time machine. And every day I go back, and sometimes I will live for 3 years, 4 years, from 1957 to 1963, for example, and then go back and come back here in a question of 1 second. And so I have been living several years between 1957 and 1963. And I contracted cancer during that period. That's why I look older. And that's why your hamburgers are cheap. The cheapest hamburgers in the city. Because he said, I buy the beef in 1957 at the price of 1957 and bring it here. Not bad. He has an advantage. La compra de género. So he has an advantage. And Charlie said, I went back. It takes me back to 1957. And we said, wow, 1957? What can I do in 1957? But he said, John Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. I'm going to live for 7 years because I can come back, step on this point, and come back to Massachusetts, not Texas, to Massachusetts in the year 2022. Yeah. And there was no problem. So he lives for 6 years in Texas, waiting for the opportunity to kill Lee Harvey Oswald, because his idea is to change history and to save John Kennedy. All right. It's an interesting story, right? It's an interesting story. Cheap hamburgers, huh? And that story is a novel by Stephen King. All right. Do you remember? I think I mentioned it maybe a year ago. All right. But in any case, where are we? No me esperes. Nunca sabemos qué esperar. We never know what to expect. We never know what to expect. Some days it's hot. Other days it's cold. Some days it doesn't rain, and other days it rains. We never know what to expect. Especially if you live in the tropics. Because it rains every afternoon. You know what to expect. But in other places, you don't know what to expect. Yo no espero que me esperen. Yo no espero que me esperen más de 15 minutos. I don't expect them to wait for me for more than 15 minutes. I don't expect him to wait for me for more than 15 minutes. Aquí tenemos for dos veces. Yo no espero que ellos me esperen más de 15 minutos. Se irán. I don't expect them to wait for me for more than 15 minutes. Probably after 15 minutes, they'll say, well, Richard no viene. Richard's not coming. Richard's not coming. Richard isn't coming. Richard's not coming. And they'll go on. So I don't expect, let's see. If I hurry, maybe I can get there in time and say, hey guys, wait. Oh, thanks. Thank you for waiting for me. All right. But it may take me more than 15 minutes to get there, and I don't expect him to wait for me for more than 15 minutes. Yo no espero que me esperen. Seguro que no me esperará más de 15 minutos. No espero que me esperen. I don't expect them to wait for me. I don't expect them to wait for me for more than 15 minutes. Pues dile que espere, Marta. Marta ha dicho que Charlie te quiere ver. Dile que espere. Tell him to wait. Tell him to wait. Tell him to wait. Espero que sea cierto, eh? I hope it's true. I hope that it is true. I hope that it is true. 6 syllables. I hope it's true. 4. I hope it's that sobra. I hope it is. I hope it's true. I hope it's true. I hope it's true. I hope it's true. What? That next year will be a good year economically in the country. I'm not so sure. There are 2 completely different opinions about the world economy right now. This is true. There are 2 completely different opinions. Most people, most experts, quote unquote, porque yo tengo cierto escepticismo sobre los expertos, so I say quote unquote. Abrir comillas, cerrar comillas, quote unquote. Most experts, quote unquote, think that next year there will be a recession. There will be a recession in Spain, in Europe, in the United States, in Canada, in Japan, etc. And in China. Most experts think there will be a recession. However, a few experts are predicting a boom. Okay. Because those experts say that next year will be the first year completely recovered from the pandemic, on the logistics, on the shipping, marítimo, everything will be back to normal. Back to normal. Next year will be the first completely clean year, free of the problems, okay, of the pandemic. Who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. Do you? Do you have a crystal ball? No? Bola de cristal? No? So you can't predict the future, Marta? Marta can't predict the future. Neither can I. Neither can I. She can't predict the future, and neither can I. I can predict the past. That's easy. But to predict the future, no. Yeah. Tengo previsión, no. Tengo muy buena postvisión. Okay? Yeah, I have good hindsight. See. My foresight, I'm not so sure. My hindsight is excellent. Yeah. No tenías que haber comprado este valor en la bolsa. Yeah, now, a toro pasado. Todos somos expertos, right? Yeah, everybody. All right. Sometimes we say a Monday morning quarterback in the United States. Quarterback, in American football, okay, takes the ball, and that's the quarterback. A veces se llama mariscal del campo, okay? He's the quarterback. And the professional, the NFL, National Football League in the United States, almost all of the games are played on Sunday. So on Monday, of course, we call, tú eres un mariscal de campo de lunes. You're a Monday quarterback. That means now it's easy to criticize or to different players or different teams on Monday, of course. All right. Good hindsight. Where are we? Espero que sea cierto. I hope it's true. I hope it's true. ¿Para cuándo lo esperas? When do you expect it? ¿Cuándo lo esperas? ¿Para cuándo? ¿Cuándo lo esperas? When do you expect it? Next Tuesday. Yes, they say It will be, la entrega será el martes por la mañana. Tuesday morning. Yeah. Yes. It reminds me, eso me recuerda. That reminds me, in Soviet Russia, many years ago, la Rusia soviética, a man wanted to buy a car. And so it's in Soviet Russia, to buy a car, you had to wait a long time to receive the car. You had to wait 4 years. But he went to the car dealership, and he made an order to buy a car. And he says, when will it be delivered? And they said, well, let's see, the delivery will be, now it's 2022, in the year 2026, Thursday the 17th. Dentro de 4 años, jueves 17 de septiembre. 17th. And the other man says, in the morning or in the afternoon? Dentro de 4 años. And the dealer says, well, what difference does it make? Does it matter? He says, well, the plumber is coming in the afternoon. All right. So it was a difficult economy at that time. Okay. ¿Para cuándo lo esperas? When do you expect it? Eso fue un chiste de Ronald Reagan. When he was president of the United States during the Soviet period, he was a very funny man. Really, if you go into chistes de Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan jokes in public, because he always told jokes. And they were funny, eh? Of course, you need to understand English well, but Ronald Reagan speaks very clearly. It's easy to understand him. But I would recommend you go into YouTube and you say Ronald Reagan jokes or humor, and it's funny. Eh? All right, he was a funny guy. All right, espérame sobre las 6, ¿vale? Expect me around 6. Ahora son las 4, pues espérame sobre las 6. Yeah, expect me around 6 o'clock, okay? Expect me around 6. Yo no espero que vaya a haber problemas. Yo no espero que vaya a haber problemas. I don't expect there to be any problems. I don't expect any problems. No espero problemas. I don't expect any problems. Ahora, si quieres poner que vaya a haber, I don't expect they're going to be, or there will be. No espero que habrá. Claro, en español, que haya, o que vaya a haber. I don't expect there will be any problems. I don't expect there to be any problems. They're different. I don't expect there are going to be any problems. There are 3 or 4 different options, but the simplest option, I don't expect any problems. I don't expect any problems. Yo no esperaba esto, Marta. No, yo esperaba algo mejor, eh? I didn't expect this. My God, que cutre. I mean, here's a guitar, a microphone, books, nothing else? Come on. Yeah, I want more decoration. I want more, yeah. I didn't expect this. No, I prefer simplicity. I like this. All right. I didn't expect this. Espero que te des cuenta ahora. I hope you realize now, eh? Life is not a bed of roses. Yes, miel sobre hojuelas. La vida no es un lecho de rosas. Life isn't a bed of roses. Espero que te des cuenta ahora. I hope you realize now. Te has caído, eh? Yes. And nobody picked you up. You fell down and you had to get up by yourself. You had to get up on your own, by yourself, on your own, por tu propia cuenta. Y el riesgo, you had to get up on your own. Espero que te des cuenta ahora. I hope you realize now, eh? Life isn't a bed of roses. Espero que ellos no pierdan la esperanza. Aquí I hope 2 veces. I hope they don't lose hope. Yeah, espero que no pierdan la esperanza. I hope they don't lose hope. Never lose hope. Yeah, for your English, never lose hope. And I hope you don't lose. I hope you. I hope you. I hope it's. I hope I hope you. I hope you never lose hope. Ojalá no llueva esta tarde. I hope it doesn't rain. I hope it. I hope it. I hope it. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't rain this afternoon. Why? I'm having an outdoor wedding. It's my wedding. I'm getting married at 5 p.m. today. Oof. Outdoor. Yeah. In the country. Well, the weather forecast says 90% probability of rain. Yes. Diluvio universal, dice, empiezo hoy. All right. In your wedding, good luck. All right. I'm getting married in the morning. Okay. That's it for today. I've run out of time. Marta's telling me to cut. See you tomorrow.